Hey everybody, day 28, GetDownAndDoIt.com, 100 push-ups a day, 5 days a week. Just finished 28, so that's 2,800 push-ups. That's pretty good. One more day of the week left, day 29. We're going to end it on 2,900 push-ups, so it looks like we'll be hitting 3,000 either over the weekend or next week. Not bad, huh? 3,000 push-ups. Who's still doing it? Gotta leave a comment or something so I know. You don't have to, but it'd be cool if you did. But even if you don't, I don't really care. Like I said, I'm doing it for myself. But I hope other people are doing it for themselves too. So 3,000 push-ups, that's a lot of damn push-ups, you know? I mean, man, that's a lot of push-ups. So yeah, day 28 today. Everybody kind of got home tonight and everybody was tired. They've been doing their own thing all day long and we all went in different directions when we got home. Everybody, you know, my daughter had like hummus for dinner. My wife ate some kind of a something she whipped up for herself. And so I thought I'd share what I ate for dinner. In case people are wondering, wow, you must have a lot of energy. Where do you get all your energy? Well, I'll tell you where I get all my energy. Now, if I said I just ate these things plain by themselves, you'd probably think that's crazy. But first I'll say it plain, but in actuality, all these things I'm going to say I've blended up. So see if you can guess what it is. I ate 3 fairly large tomatoes. Not large, but bigger than medium. 3 big, medium, on the large side of tomatoes. Handful of walnuts, raw, unprocessed walnuts. Better for you when they're not roasted, in case you didn't know that. Handful of cilantro. You like that stuff? Starting to get the feel of maybe what I'm making here. Chunk of onion about that big. Just hacked off a piece of an onion there and threw it in there. And a clove of garlic. Some ground cumin. Some ground cayenne pepper. A little bit of kind of like a soy sauce stuff. It's called namashoyu. It's an unpasteurized soy sauce from Japan. It's supposedly better for you because it's not... it's more, what do they call it? It's more active on a probiotic type level. But you can use like tamari, if you're familiar with that. That's sold everywhere. And what else goes in this thing? Anyway, just put all that in the food processor and blend it up into like a soup. Really, it's like a salsa. But you know, I've always liked salsa so much that I've always eaten it for dinner. Even back when I was eating junk food, I used to come home for lunch and... you know, sometimes for lunch, I'd eat an entire jar of salsa and like a half a bag of chips. That was all I ever ate. You know, well, I guess I ate more stuff during those days as well, but that would have been my main course. But of course, nowadays, you know, I'm not eating any junk food anymore. I now realize that salsa actually is very healthy for you, provided you're not eating the, you know, the cooked down, high salt version. Oh, I did add salt, but the high sodium. We're kind of salt snobs here. I have some good salt that's good for you. But there's a lot of extra ingredients in that stuff, and it's preserved, you know, and it's old. But when you eat really fresh vegetables and you just blend them up into like a soup like that, it's like super, super healthy. It's like 50 times healthier than what you could get in a jar of salsa. So anyway, so it makes like a salsa, and you just eat it like a soup, and that's what I had for dinner tonight. And I don't know if I had anything else, really. I usually eat something kind of sweet afterwards. I think my wife had some kind of a sweet dish she made, so I ate some of that. But, you know, 100% raw, uncooked food. That's what it was. And I've never had any problem coming down, you know, a couple hours later down here in the basement to our lovely exercise room that you see here, which can be yours for $179,000. What a deal, huh? Not bad. 4 floors of house you could have if you buy this house. Anyway, never had any problem coming downstairs and doing this, or any other day that I've either gone running or anything like that. You know, when you eat a diet like that, it's the opposite of what you might think. You think you don't get enough calories, you don't get enough energy, but actually it's the opposite. What you get is you're not weighted down by all this crap, by all this heavy oil and processed junk that you may be used to. And so I've been doing this. I haven't eaten anything cooked in probably almost a year now. And before that, the majority of my diet was like that for a couple of years. So I'm just used to this feeling now. It's very light and very, very energetic. And there have been times where, I mentioned tonight I had, there was like a handful of walnuts in what I ate. And in my wife's dish that she made, there was coconut, which is a kind of a heavy, it's a fatty, it's raw. It's not like the kind, not like the brown kind you see at the store, but more, if you're familiar with young coconuts, where they're, anyway, it's a healthier style of coconut. You can look that up on our website if you're curious about what the difference is between coconuts. But the point was, I did mention some fats, but I've even had periods over the last, like for example, in May, or maybe it was June, I hardly ate any fat at all, even natural fats such as nuts and seeds and fatty fruits like coconut. Pretty much existed on other fruits and vegetables. And even then, I had a ton of, matter of fact, I think I had more energy then than I do now. I think these handfuls of walnuts, while certainly nutritious, for the omega-3s and all the other goodness that's in walnuts, and I do believe walnuts are good for you in moderation. Man, even without that stuff, I was just bouncing off the walls with energy when I was doing all that other kind of eating. So I'll probably get back to that. The more active I get, I find I actually want less fats. I want less nuts. And so who knows? I might wind up just eating fruits and vegetables the whole time. And I got to tell you, I feel like $1 million when I do that. If you're not used to it, I know people who watch this video, they're not... some of the people I communicate with normally during the day, which are a lot of people that also eat the same way I do. And so if you're just listening to this, you might think I'm crazy. Like, how could you live without, hamburgers and pizza and breads and refined sugar and all this other crap that people eat? And it would be radical if you just changed over, said, oh, I'm going to try that. You'd probably get really sick. It takes a while to get used to it. But once you're used to it, then the opposite happens. If I were to go out for a pizza or something right now, I don't know. It'd probably kill me. I'd probably have a heart attack right there. But you definitely make that transition, and you get into this healthy style of living, and it's just phenomenal what starts happening. Not only do you is it reverse all these diseases and conditions that you have, for the most predominant of which is you lose weight, but I was going to say mental clarity, but obviously I couldn't think of it. So maybe you don't get complete mental clarity, but you do get boundless energy. You get a ton of energy, more than I've ever had, really, since I was, maybe like 20 or so. When I was 20, I could not possibly use up all the energy I had. And right now, I guess I could use it all up, but it would take a while. I can't. Proof's in the pudding, in the raw, uncooked pudding. So if it makes you feel good, it's got to be pretty good for you. So anyway, that's it for day 28. I've been rambling for a while, over 8 minutes. I've never gone on this long. This is crazy. So I better stop before the YouTube police come out and turn me off. So talk to you all tomorrow for day 29, our last day in the 2000s. I hope you're all heading there with me because we're going into 3000 next week. It's going to be fun. Take care, everybody. This is Jim reminding you to get down and do it. 100 push-ups a day, 5 days a week. Take care, everybody. Bye.